Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You see this guy crept to my step. You see this cut? That feels good. You see how I'm just feeling a little good today. I got a fresh face. You know what's left? But I'm feeling real good. Real good today. Why am I feeling real good? We're gonna win because I believe. I believe in every young man and women sitting in this room. I believe. I wouldn't have you in here if I didn't believe. And I believe this is the game. One game at a time. And we're gonna go kick butt. Gonna turn things around. And you gonna start, everybody in this room simultaneously gonna start believing the things we say. Don't say them if you don't believe them. And the problem is what you're saying. What you're saying to yourself. But ain't nobody there. Are you saying you that guy? Are you saying you can do it? Are you saying you're gonna make this play, you're gonna make this tackle, you're gonna make this read, you're gonna make this block, you're gonna make this pass, you're gonna make this catch, you're gonna make this call? Coach, what are you saying to yourself?
Bob Dyson.
Let's go.
Squad. Welcome into the DNVR pregame show presented by Coors Light and Game Time. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door by going to CoorsLight.com/DNVR and download all your tickets on the Game Time app. Use the code BUFFS, BUFFS. You'll get $20 off your first purchase. Welcome in to the pregame show. What's up?
What's going on? What's going on, Unc?
Unc, what's good?
Hey, man, I wish I was in the studio right there at Colfax in York because I would be having not my traditional lemonade. I would be having a Coors Light. But because there's no drinking in the facility, I got to pass.
That's a nice room you got there, Unc. It's a real nice room.
There's no Coors Light in it, though. Shout out to Coors Light.
It looks like nothing's going on in there for about the next hour and 15 minutes, too.
Yeah, the team is loading up, headed over to the hotel. So I got the digs to myself. I'm Winnie the Pooh in here, man. You know what that
Lord
means,
knows
Jake?
what you're going to do after we hang up.
That means I got no bottoms on.
Oh, my Lord.
I'm dead.
All right. A lot to get to today. Of course, we got prime players. We'll get the practice updates from Neely and all that. But it's a different day when you have Ray Lewis come and talk to the team.
Yeah.
Obviously, this team is in a spot that no one wants to be in right now. And we'll talk about what changes have happened at practice when we get to that part of the show. But bringing Ray Lewis in to try and motivate the team that's pressing a pretty big button that you have access to try and motivate these guys to make sure last week never happens again.
No doubt about it. I think for me, it's cool, especially like anytime you get to hear from a Pro Football Hall of Famer who, you know, already isn't a part of the coaching staff. Like that is something that should be cherished and appreciated and you should be grateful for. But I just think it's another extra layer of cool that Ray Lewis was teammates with Coach Prime. He was teammates with Warren Sapp, you know what I'm saying? Teammates with Adelius Thomas as well, who was also in that room. And there's just a different level of having not only done it before and done it at a high level, but done it with your coaches. And like they achieved great things together. And what I think the biggest thing, Ray Lewis said it there, he was like, I didn't come here for football. Mm-hmm. I came here for life. Like he is talking about how this team needs to come together, how the camaraderie needs to improve, how you know, they just need to gel together as a team. And some might say it's a little too late for that in week 10 when you got 4 games left in the season. But somebody in that room needed to hear that message. Mm-hmm. Somebody out there in the world needed to hear that message. And if it influences just one player or one coach on that team, I think it was a great moment. But like I said to you before the show, RK, I listened to that like twice. Ray Lewis, like I feel like I was one of those people who had to hear that message this morning. Mm-hmm. So that was just so cool. And I hope, you know, I was telling you before the show, you know, Martavius French in the locker room after the speech, like, y'all see this hand? Ray Lewis shook this hand. The front and back, he took both of his hands and shook my hand. Like them boys are turned to having heard from a Pro Football Hall of Famer, particularly in Reggie and Martavius' case, a Pro Football Hall of Famer who played their position. So that was just really cool.
Unc, anything you can add to kind of the experience in that room?
Oh man, hard to add to that. That was excellent, Scott. I think you nailed it. Spoke for everybody on the panel. Spoke for everybody who was in the room. You know, but you talk about Reggie and French and the interaction they had with Ray Lewis. That was the segue, you know, to the whole conversation. Was The linebackers, y'all have done so well since Utah with this week, have really turned it around, had the best practice as a linebacker room this year. Y'all have given me something. I'm speaking from Coach Prime's perspective. I got to give y'all something. And then in walks Ray Lewis. And as much as these guys, this team, are around people, of that caliber, you could still hear a gasp when he walked in.
Well,
Dang. We'll get on back in a second.
do we have the video of Ray Lewis? Go ahead and play it. Here's a small snippet of what Ray Lewis said to inspire the team.
But I told him, if you trust what we do, this is special. What that man did on the island, what Marshall Falk did, what Warren Sapp did, I watched what Warren Sapp did in front of me. I watched what dominance looked like. I watched what assignment, alignment, and technique meant. Assignment, what am I supposed to be doing? Alignment, where am I supposed to be? And that other one, that's between you and you. Because that's when you get to dance with somebody on the other side that say they better than you. But Buffaloes, I'm telling you, if you watch it on film, there's no camaraderie. There's no brotherhood. You're putting on the same uniform, but you're walking out with different spirits. If you don't change the way you think, who you are by yourself defines who you are when the lights come on. And if your heart is free, you walk on the field, everybody sees it. God gave each one of us a gift. It's a gift. And there's something about that gift. He will never take it away from you. Your gift is not how fast you run. It's not how high you jump. Your gift is inside of you. And he's going to leave it there. And it's up to you to use it. That's why it says your gifts run hand in hand with your curse. Because just as so as you're talented, just that much lazy. This is in your life. Detours, distractions. I saw him ruin careers.
The main difference that he's talking about is very noticeable on the field. Last year, you saw Cam and Nakai and Levante, Everett, Shiloh. Everyone's pointing around, talking. Communication's a thing.
Yep.
Especially last Saturday, it's nowhere to be found. And maybe it is the overarching thing that he's talking about in terms of brotherhood, in terms of just the details and playing for each other. Whatever it is, I hope that the team felt it and they took it to heart this morning, though.
Totally. I mean, what a button to be able to press. What a button to be able to press in I would say desperate times. To be able to bring in one of the greatest motivational speakers that maybe walks this earth.
Yes.
When he speaks, it hits different. And Ray Lewis is an incredibly special human when it comes to motivating those around him. And I hope that even if it just can help this team come together 5%. Yeah. I think that there's a unfortunate truth of college football in 2025 where it's kind of a gamble, kind of a roll of the dice every single year. Are you going to get a team that clicks? And I think there are certain things that you can look for, smart, tough, fast, disciplined with character, that can aid that. But in the end, as Unc could probably attest, you don't know who a guy really is until he's in there. The same way that you're saying all the right things to them when you're recruiting them, they're saying all the right things to you. Mm-hmm. And it's a little bit of a roll of the dice every single season. And is going to be moving forward is, can you get a team that clicks? Can you get a team that puts on the same uniform and has the same spirit when they walk out there? And to this point, I don't think this team has showed that they have that, as Ray attested to. So it's an interesting challenge of college football in 2025 is, can you get a team that clicks year in and year out? But I love what they're trying to do right now to try and make it click at the last possible moment that it could click.
Yeah, okay, I'd like that and echo it. This is one of those things where you sit back and go, with hindsight being 2020, damn, why didn't we call him week 2?
For real.
Well, the fact of the matter is you didn't know you needed him like this week 2.
Yep.
And so you're going with the nuclear option when the nuclear option is all you got. And so you brought him in at the time that there was no better time than now to have a Ray Lewis walk in and speak to your team and speak to him in the manner that he spoke to him. You know, very candid. You know, he didn't sugarcoat what was in front of this team, what was behind this team. He didn't sugarcoat saying what he has seen from afar, just watching on TV. You know, he said, "Hey, last time I've been to Folsom Field was 93, 94, my freshman year, my first start. So it's not like I'm here all the time. I'm telling y'all what it looks like from my TV set. And what it looks like is the tunnel, everybody's got the same uniform, but nobody's coming out with the same heart. And somehow this team has got to come together." And Scotty, you touched on something earlier in your opening. You know, you never have any idea how many people or what particular person a message reaches. But at this point, this critical point in the season and the juncture of the schedule, hell, do you need more than one for it to reach? I mean, we need one play. We need one player.
Facts.
We need one coach. Like
Yes.
it's not a matter of it resonating with 100 people. You know, if it resonates with 2 or 3 guys that haven't been reached before, mission accomplished. And what I saw, particularly from the guys on defense, having him here, I mean, it lit a fire that you haven't seen, including since Coach Prime came out of the hospital. You know, like these guys are motivated, and they were. And let me say this: I know we got some Coach Prime clips coming, but they were already motivated. You know, they were already. When I say flushed the result of the game, but not the memory of the pain. And so they know, you know, we got our asses kicked in Utah, and I don't want to feel that way again. So starting Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, off day, Wednesday, whatever day of the week it was, I'm giving more than I've given any time this season. So that galvanization has already taken place. But having a Ray Lewis walk in on Friday morning and hearing the gasp of a room, and it's 100 dudes gasping at one dude, you know you brought the right person in.
Well said, Unc. I just want to add one more thing too, but before we close this Ray Lewis thing. When he talked about preparation, I just hope that guys in that locker room took that message personally. Ray Lewis might not have been talking to an individual player, an individual person, but I hope guys in that room took that message personally. When Ray Lewis is talking about how many of y'all grab 10 of y'all in this room and grab a laptop and grab film and watch together and see everything the same way. You know, how many of y'all go home, put your phone down, and just lock in on film 2-3 hours at a time? Ray Lewis said he used to go home, put his phone down, and do that 6-7 hours. Because he said I wanted to know what Peyton Manning was doing when he went to go piss. I wanted to know how bad he wanted to go piss. And you saw, it wasn't just Ray Lewis just being an absolute dog. He knew what was going on. He knew it was going to unfold before it unfolded. And that type of preparation has to be permeated throughout this team. We heard somebody on this Colorado football team last week say that the stuff that he saw on Saturday was nowhere to be found on film. I don't know if I completely agree with that. There had to have been something on there on film that you could have picked up and used in the game. And that's just not just a single out the quarterback. That goes for everybody. That goes for the defense that got, gashed. That goes for everybody. You got to take preparation as seriously as you take weightlifting, as serious as you take game planning, all of that. Because that stuff shows up on Saturday, and you can tell when a player, when a unit is prepared and when they aren't. And we know which side this team was on Saturday. But I just thought that message, particularly about preparation, was so on point from Ray Lewis. And what a better messenger to hear that message from.
Yep. I mean, it's true. When it comes to watching film, and we've got a lot of opinions on watching film around here. And there's
How
usually
could there be differing opinions about watching film?
you know what? That's a great question, bro. But somehow it happens, and that's why you should watch it with your teammates, though.
Yes.
Like, especially in preparation.
Yes.
I know they do it with the coaches and all that, but I mean, to get what Ray Lewis is talking about, to be great, you have to put in the extra work. That means doing it by yourself, grabbing your teammates. If you're a quarterback, grabbing the wide receivers.
Facts.
If you're an offensive line, talking to your offensive, like, hey man, what'd you see on this pressure right here, Bob? Like, it's one thing if everyone goes individually and then comes in together for the game. But like, if you all prepare together and then you all as a unit enter this game on the same wavelength, you're 100% bound for more success.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to Akib about it, and he basically said, like, I was just out there playing for a while, like just using my talent to try and guard guys. And then I met Bill Belichick, and he was like, bro, if you do not study for Andre Johnson, he's going to destroy you.
Facts.
And he went out there, he studied for it. He, compared and contrasted what he thought he saw with Coach Belichick. And he's like, I went out there and I held Andre Johnson in his prime to like 60 yards, which was pretty darn good at the time.
Yeah.
He's like, I said, I'm never going into a test unprepared again. And it seems silly and simple and obvious, but it's another one of those challenges of getting these guys to lock in on something. You know, we're talking about a generation who people are saying like live sports are going to die because they don't want to watch the same thing for 4 hours.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So trying to get them to lock in and watch film is another challenge.
Yeah.
And you do it together in the building, should be, which I know they are. And then you could do it together at home, or you could do it on your own, but you have to get that extra stuff in. And, you know, it's all a great message from Ray Lewis.
Yep. One last thing that just stood out real quickly. Sorry, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, well, maybe I should allow the interruption because I probably shouldn't say this, but I got to say it. There's another layer that I don't want to be missed here. It's one thing to watch film, and it's another thing to know how to watch film.
Yes, 100%. Oh my God.
You can't just turn the iPad on for 3 hours
Facts.
and watch film. You have to watch the nuances. You have to watch the same thing maybe 15 times in a row and look for 14 different things in that 15 times in a row and make notes on it. And so I think what you have in a generation of new player, and this is not a Colorado thing, this is, you know, a generation thing, a younger generation thing, is that there's a low attention span when it comes to stuff like that. And there's a threshold, if you will, of I'm already good, so why do I need to do more to be great? And so when you hear a Ray Lewis talk, a Deion Sanders talk, a Jason Phillips talk, you're hearing guys who wanted to be great talk. And the fact of the matter is, when you assemble a team, y'all talked about clicking earlier, the fact of the matter is, as you learn along the way and see people go through adversity, everybody doesn't want to be great. Some people just want to be good. Some people just want to be present. And so you have to go through and weed all that stuff out. But the great people separate themselves by how they prepare. You know, the four of us who do this show together separately, what are we doing? Probably, 10 to 15 live shows a week. And if you wait till the lights come on to prepare, you're going to have a bad show. Like you do the show is the easy part. You have fun doing the show. And that's the same thing that should happen in these games. Like we got a quote on the wall from Coach Prime downstairs. I played hard at practice, so the results will be there. Like when the game time comes, and a lot of people try to do the reverse. They want to be game players instead of practice players. And when you listen to that Ray Lewis speech this morning, how many times did he circle back to practice, to preparation,
multiple times,
to putting in the work before the game, so it shows up during the game. And that takes a special caliber person, and that's the kind of person that you're looking for when you say smart, tough, fast, disciplined with character.
100%. Well said, Unc.
Let's take our first break. As Unc said, we got quite a few videos from Unc for this show that we can talk about. David Kelly talking about what's happening.
Let's play the David Kelly one right out of this break.
Okay, sounds good. First off, though, a word from our friends over at Common Spirit Health. Athletes, weekend warriors, basically anyone who loves to move. If you're experiencing any sports injury or chronic pain, the Common Spirit Mountain region is home to an incredible sports medicine program, including their new sports center, Common Spirit Health in Parker. They got a team of qualified and passionate providers. They specialize in diagnosis, treatment, and prevention of these injuries as well, including helping out the mighty Denver Broncos players, the 6-2 Denver Broncos, first place Denver Broncos. It's not about just fixing what's broken, but it's about preventative care, performance enhancement, and getting you back to peak conditions safely and quickly. Don't let an injury keep you on the bench, or even better, get proactive about your health. For more info, visit mountain.commonspirit.org. Common Spirit Health, official healthcare partner of the Denver Broncos. Go Broncos.
Also, shout out to our friends over at Bet365, where you can profit on the 6-2 first place Denver Broncos if you want to. I know I have, and there's going to be plenty more opportunities to do so. I also don't mind a little Buffs money line tomorrow because, as we know, this team has been completely different at the friendly confines of Folsom Field.
Yeah.
So there's so many opportunities over at Bet365, but maybe the best of them all is that new customers get $200 in bonus bets when you sign up. Bet $5, win or lose. All you got to do is sign up, use the code DNVR365 when you sign up, deposit $10 and bet $5. And as soon as that $5 bet is settled, you're going to get $200 in bonus bets that you can use any way you like, split them up however you want. Of course, you must be 21 or older and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you're someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply.
All right. Let's play that video of David Kelly and Unk interviewing him. Here's what the general manager of the program had to say coming off that loss to Utah.
We got Coach David Kelly, general manager, Colorado Buffs. Coach, we got a home game. We got 4 remaining for the season. This first one is home. Talk about the importance of one game at a time and making sure we get this one.
Well, I tell you what, Unc, you can tell by the look on my face, it's been a different kind of week for us. You flush things and move forward, but let's be real. We gotta live in what actually is. And we embarrassed ourselves and everybody that supports us last week, and we know this is a time that we got to make amends for it. Don't need to do a whole lot of talking. We've done enough talking. Now we need to execute and go take care of business in that regard. So this game is important because it's the next game. It's not about a bowl game or anything of that sort. It's going out and maximizing our capabilities, something that we didn't get done last week. And a number of times when you say things of that sort, it makes people think that you're just talking about the players. No, I'm talking about our entire organization. We have to improve in every area of what we do. And we have another opportunity tomorrow afternoon to get that done against an outstanding Arizona team. But it's not coaches speak when I say this. It's not about Arizona tomorrow. It's us coming back and making amends for what we didn't do in the past.
Right. Clearly, as you could tell, the vibe in the building is a little tense and people are upset. So.
Yeah, I wanted to play that because I thought that was the energy that a lot of Buffs fans have this week.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about it. I want to see it. You embarrassed us. You embarrassed yourselves.
Yeah.
You better come with a different approach this week. And it leads into my question for Unk, which is just like, what sort of things have you noticed in terms of differences in the approach this week?
Well, before I get to the intensity, the attention to detail, the coaches being coached by the head coach, let me say this as a Buff by marriage, answering the question of a Buff by blood. There's a slogan when you walk into the building that says the pride and tradition of the Colorado Buffalo should not be entrusted to the timid or the weak. And as a guy here by marriage, we played timid and weak in Utah. And that's not something that we have been entrusted with. You know, we weren't brought here to play that style of football. And everybody recognizes that. And it's one thing to apologize for it, it's another thing to make it right.
Yeah.
And so what you're going to have against Arizona is the first step in this prime organization making that right. They remember November, you know, a classic football quote just across the board. And for those who don't believe that quote applies, last year we won 9 games, lost the final 2, and people forget about the 9 we won. You can flip, and I'm counting the BYU bowl game in that final 2. You can flip that same narrative this year. You can run the table with these 4 games left, and people are going to forget about Georgia Tech and Houston.
Facts.
Maybe not Utah, but they're going to forget about Georgia Tech and Houston because they're going to remember November. Mm-hmm. And I think to directly answer your question, RK, I think you've seen a team, as Coach Kelly said there, yeah, we flushed it. It's behind us. But don't think for a minute we ain't thinking about it. Thinking about it in a healthy standpoint of like, we absolutely cannot let that happen again. And what I love about it as a internal embedded journalist, so to speak, is it ain't just a player thing. Like the coaches are pissed. They're pissed at themselves. The head coach is pissed and pissed at himself. The head coach is meeting with coaches and position coaches to say, okay, what are the things that you need? What do we have to do so that doesn't happen again or anything close to it happens again? And I want to say this to the fans out there, Buff Nation. There's nobody watching this program or 4 hosts here that has the standard that Deion Sanders has. And so if you think you're mad, one thing we all did, I hadn't talked to Scotty. I have no idea where he sleeps. I'm trying to figure out because he posts these random pictures and one day I'm going to put it all together. But one thing I do believe is Scotty slept at home this week. Your head coach has not.
At least a couple nights. You never know what he's doing out on a Thursday night.
Y'all are out of control.
Hey, you know, Scotty, you know, you'll post a picture of a weight set, a balcony, a swimming pool. And like, I'm going to put this shit together, Scotty. I'm going to find you.
We like dropping hints. We're all about the vibes.
But in all seriousness, man, RK, you would be pleased with the tone around here because you heard it from David Kelly, the general manager. People have the right to be happy and smile and crack jokes, but when it's business time, it's been business time this week like no other. And I think just the cherry on top, the capstone to it, having Ray Lewis coming in, just only secured the tone for the week.
I just love the tone from David Kelly there out the gate when he was like, listen, we embarrassed ourselves. We embarrassed everybody who roots for Colorado football. And it makes me think about, you mentioned it there with Coach Prime. He said it this week. He was like, nobody feel worse than me. I ain't left this facility since we got back from Utah. And that type of, public embarrassment just has to make this team come with a different energy tomorrow. Not only is it homecoming, not only are you back in front of your home crowd, not only are you trying to forget a loss, you are trying to, in my opinion, earn back the faith of your fan base and the people who have supported you, for the last, since Coach Prime has been here. And that's, to me, what's really at stake. Like, you cannot allow what happened last weekend to just be a blip on the radar. And I like that it's still on people's mind and whatnot, and the players and the coaches and the support staff and everybody, because that is not a situation that you can just simply move on from. Like Coach Kelly said, we got to make amends. We got to make amends for that. And I think I'm just excited to see how this team responds from last weekend, because it's a really golden opportunity. This team that they're facing on tomorrow has not been good on the road underneath their head coach. 1-6 on the road underneath Brent Brennan. And this Colorado football team under Coach Prime has won more than they have lost at home. And when they do lose, it's a close game. So that's what we're expecting. We're expecting this team to respond on both sides of the ball in all three phases, coaches included.
Yeah, Scotty, I love that. And we get to do something. The four of us get to do something that the players can't do. We get to look ahead a little bit because we're not actually playing in the game.
Right.
And when I tell you that you're 3 away from being bowl eligible, and there's no better window than this November than to get you 3 of the 4 or 4 of the 4. Once upon a time, you were playing somebody who hadn't played anybody yet, and you didn't necessarily realize how damn good they were. But there's a lot of people that beat us that ain't lost since.
Facts.
Well, the people that are in front of us, just like Coach Prime stood up in the locker room and said, hey, fellas, congratulations, you gave the world a blueprint. The people in front of us has given us a blueprint. Like, they have losses, more than one loss. And so when you look at, we got to take care of first things first, Arizona, it's not like got Arizona this week and the Denver Broncos next week. Where it's like, okay, you're saying 1 week at a time, but damn, look what's next. No, you can do this. And that's why Coach Prime, in one of the clips we got, talked about to the coaches as well. Do you believe it?
Thanks.
Because if you believe it, you're going to prepare with that belief in mind and go out there and execute it. One of my favorites, man, I kick it back to Jake, is that Muhammad Ali getting ready to fight Sonny Liston. And this is 2 hours before the fight. And he's sitting on the training table getting his fist taped. And he said, whoever doesn't believe, get out.
For real. Can't even have that energy around me.
You can't.
Yep.
I can't walk down that tunnel, climb those ring steps, get into that ring, and 2 of the 10 people behind me think I'm going to lose.
Facts.
And that's what Ray spoke to, like, hey, see the same uniforms, but where's the same heart?
For real.
And this is the game that you can show Buff Nation at home for homecoming. Miss Peggy Graham Marshall in it. We are who you thought we were. We're not who we saw Utah.
Has there been we're talking about buttons to press. Has there been like a reset almost for this team in like the season of where they stand? And what you said, basically, you have this whole month ahead of you. If you look at the schedule, it's your most ideal month for wins. Has there been that discussion of, kind of reset? This is just a 4-game season from now on out?
Yeah, everyone on the team knows it's a 4-game season, but I don't think that they've been looking ahead. They've been sticking to the mantra of 1 week at a time. It's been the guys like me that's been peeping ahead around the corner to see what's coming. And I haven't had those kind of discussions, with players. But when you talk about a reset, there's nothing like an ass whooping to get you a reset. And so we got the biggest reset that we could have, not know we need it or want it, whichever way you would cut it. Because now, again, that belief factor that Coach Prime is talking about to the players and the coaches, now you got to believe, you got to prove to yourself and prove to Buff Nation that you are Iowa State, not Utah. I mean, you go out, Iowa State ranked, comes here to Folsom Field, you beat them, you take a week off, and you have an historic loss on the road. Who are you?
Yeah.
Yep.
And the reset happened on that flight back home, and now this week of preparation with this Arizona opponent. Now you got to go prove it. You got to show the world who you are.
Unc, one of the things that I said on the post-game show is I felt like that was a loss that needed to result in change one way or another at somewhere. Is there any changes that have gone on this week that fans will be able to see tomorrow?
You know, I'm not sure if it'll be visible to the fan eye, but you've always had, you know, run game coordinators, pass rush coordinators, you know, Brett Bartolone, that voice on the offense to get accelerated. So I think you're going to see, you know, some different things, but I don't know if it'll be a change that you'll notice from the stands in Folsom as much as it's been a change in practice or in mechanics. You know, at this point in the season, you're seeing in NFL and across college football, you know, people being let go, people being reassigned or whatever. You can also reach a critical mass point where it's like, no, we got to go with what we got. Like here we are, we got to finish out. And I think any changes that the fans may notice are more of a postseason thing than these last 4-week things. Because what you're relying on is that we're not the Utah anomaly. What we are is a talented team that needs to come together. And that doesn't necessarily mean moving things around. It means just damn doing it.
Just to be clear, because it's a question that's come up a lot this week, do you expect Caden Salter to start at quarterback tomorrow?
I absolutely do. I have no reason not to think that.
Okay.
All right. We got to take our next break. And then we'll get back to it. Shout out to the homies over at Taco Bell. Right now, they got the new Flamin' Hot Frito grilled cheese burrito. They're just dropping bars now, too.
I know.
Real. You can't miss right now.
Is it just are we going to get like a crazy like rap commercial? Someone starring in it, rapping about the burrito?
Who would you want in it?
I don't know. Who would you want in this, Scotty?
I asked you first. You can't ask me.
I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. They're just going to convince me to go get more Taco Bell. That's all. But yeah, check out. They got a bunch of new exciting stuff going on. They got the spicy Flamin' Hot rice and the Flamin' Hot Fritos in that burrito. They've been running out the Decades menu. And of course, if you're lucky enough to be in the state of Colorado, go get yourself a Buffs box, 4 Taco Bell classics, and a player collectible cup for only $7 to satisfy all your Taco Bell cravings. The best deal in all of Colorado. Taco Bell is also a proud partner of CU Athletics and is donating $1,000 to the Golden Buffalo Scholarship Foundation for every CU touchdown scored this season. I mean, we need like 3 more, which isn't asking too much.
No, it's not.
And we're fully in the fire sauce
of
the touchdown tracker. So let's make that happen. Liv Moss at Taco Bell.
And shout out to the squad over at Game Time, man. Y'all already know what the deal is, man. We are in the perfect time for a sports fan, man. The NBA's back. The NFL's in full swing. College football, you already know what's going on. The NHL, there's literally an NHL game going on right now. Did y'all know that? The Avs are playing right now. It's crazy because it's Nevada Day. They're playing Vegas, and it's Nevada Day. So I don't know what that means, but that was just the explanation I was giving.
I was about to say, what the hell is that? And then I was like, now maybe I should think twice.
So, whether you're trying to get, to an Avs game, a Buffs game, either at home or maybe next week in West Virginia, or just your favorite sports team, wherever you might be located, Game Time is the place for you to get in the building. It could be for a comedy show or maybe even a concert as well. Priority fees are included with Game Time, which is one of my favorite things, is because your total up front. There are no surprise fees at checkout, and you also get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy. And as always, your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. So take the guesswork out of buying college football tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code BUFFS, BUFFS, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply again. Create an account, redeem that code BUFFS, BUFFS, for $20 off. Tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it, y'all?
Game time.
Game time.
All right. Do we want to play any of those other videos?
Sure.
For
I
the
didn't see them
record,
all.
I did. For the record, I did echo game time, but I was still on mute.
Oh,
We appreciate
I felt it.
Just want
Honestly,
y'all-
I felt it.
Just want
Still,
y'all to know.
pause.
And speaking of feelings, man, let me give you guys a shout out. And you know, I'm gonna give you guys some props to three of you, but it's kind of misplaced props because I don't think it was necessarily your character. It was just that the Utah ass whooping was so bad that y'all really couldn't rub the Broncos Cowboys ass whooping in my face too much. Either way, I just want to know I appreciate you guys not blowing up the text group last Sunday.
yeah. It's it's fun to kick someone, just not when they're already down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
we were
also-
all down bad, but y'all got a little lift, you know, the next day.
That's true.
Just be happy and glad you don't follow Jake on Twitter, because you might not feel that way no more. Because he was talking mighty
No, that's-
crazy about the Cowboys in the days following that game.
Yeah, I didn't go look. I want to preserve our relationship.
Well, I
Uncle-
claimed the Broncos as America's team, so
You did way more on Twitter than I did.
Yeah,
about that.
maybe you just glad we're not on Twitter. Right
I gotta
now.
give credit. I gotta give credit to Cowboys fans because everyone knows me.
Everybody.
You want me on your team, and when I'm not on your team, you hate me. And I was just trying to antagonize Cowboys fans. They wouldn't take the bait.
Good for them.
They're too seasoned in being
rage
baited
bait.
by other people's fan bases that they didn't take the bait whatsoever. Like the week before with the Giants, oh man, I had them
Oh, yeah.
on
They
a
were wild.
string. Nebraska fans, I've had them on a string for 10 years. Cowboys fans, I couldn't get a single nibble. So shout out to them.
Well, you've been through what I've been through since '93. You're not gonna get me to bite that hook. I mean, I saw you send the belt to ass gift. You know, the RK self-said gift. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna ignore it. You know, it was belt to ass, but the South will rise again. Just not next week.
That just reminded me, man. Let's not forget that the greatest belt to ass video by RK took place at an Arizona game.
Sure did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's not forget about that, and let's have some of that same energy this weekend.
God, I
boss.
would love to. I'm gonna wear a belt to the game.
Hey,
You should.
You should wear a belt.
All right.
Hey, that was one of those clips we started with. Whichever ones are left are good ones, man. Like today's breakdown before practice, coach recognized his homecoming. So if you see that one is good. The other one, he walked in the room talking about it's a good week, is a good one to play. So just go for it.
Let's play the one from the practice field.
Yeah, where they're all huddled around the logo at midfield, Alyssa. Just whenever you're ready.
What makes today different than yesterday?
Next day. New opportunity.
You, the way you approach it, the way you go about it, what you give to it, how you want to seize the moment. Today, the scout team's going heroes today. I want y'all to kick their butts today. Full speed thud today, full speed thud today. We get to the ball today, we touch the ball carrier today. Linemen getting downfield today, we blocking downfield today. Receivers are catching the ball and going at least 10 yards really hard downfield today. Quarterback complete the ball today. Steelers making great snaps today. Linebackers making the proper reads today. We keep it contained or we spilling today. Gap thought process today that we're going to be where we're supposed to be today. Kickers are going to kick today. Holders going to hold. Snappers going to snap. We're going to have a great day today, aren't we? Yes, sir. Let's make today count. Saturday night is on you, baby.
Great day today. Come on. Hey, win on three. 1, 2, 3. Win. You going with D-line.
it's got to look different. It's got to look different. I got a question for you. We heard or we saw on the injury report this week that Xavier Hill, starting left guard, is out for this week. He has played the most offensive snaps on the Colorado football team this year. And the day after that, we heard Coach Prime talk to Mark Johnson on the coaches show and said that we could see Jordan Seaton play a couple different positions. Is that something that is a reaction potentially to Xavier Hill not being active, or is that just something that they just want to open up in terms of Jordan Seaton's role in utilizing his versatility?
Man, it's the plan. It's the plan that you hope that you would never have to utilize. But I want to take you guys back to the summer the summer workouts, even back to spring ball, when every time a well off or reach to people or the pregame video would come out, somebody was being critical about how many times the offensive line was moving around. Oh man, they're not getting any reps at one position. They do it, and what the three-headed monster in that room was trying to do was to produce some cross training and cross talent, because somebody's going to go down and you might have to bump over a position. And the other thing that was addressed, Scotty, was in the offseason, was not just to go get talent, but to go get depth and to have the kind of guys that I may be just as good as the guy in front of me, but I know my turn is coming. And so when you got a guy, from, I call him Mississippi Jesus, when you have a guy go down for a week, all you got to do is just shuffle the deck, because you've cross-trained guys, and you can see some mixing and matching on that line, whether it comes from the bench or guys that are already out there. And I'm looking forward more than any unit compared to what we did in Utah. I am looking forward to the bounce back of this O-line, and that starts with Jordan Seaton, no matter where he's playing.
No doubt about it. From my perspective, when I heard the news of Xavier Hill being out, my mind immediately went to Yo-Yo, potentially Kareem Harden. Are those two of the guys that we could potentially see being taxed to kind of pick up some of the slack with the Mississippi Jesus out?
I think you named it. I think it is those two. I think it absolutely has to be those two. And you got Yo-Yo back this week. He's been banged up, and that was part of that bye week process, and it took a little longer, but he's back. Kareem has been healthy, so I have no reason to think you would not see those two in the game at some point, including when necessary, just shuffling the whole formation, because again, these guys have been cross-trained for it. Everybody can play more than one position, because you didn't want this day to come,
Right?
but you had to say back in July, what are we going to do in November when one or two guys are hurt? We got to have somebody who can play multiple roles.
Most definitely.
Love it. Appreciate it. At least
There was another practice videos where Coach Prime has on the black and white kind of lumberjack pattern. I forget what it's called. That's the one where he spoke
Flannel?
about the homecoming. It was flannel. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Ding 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 ding. Lifeline.
Do we have that?
If that one is in the group.
I don't see a flannel one, but
Yeah, I don't think you sent us that one out.
Well, look for it. It's one from today. It's today's practice. He might not have had it on.
like in front of the whiteboard, that one.
No. He's out there on the field. It's like before start of practice.
We don't have that one.
Yeah, we only have one on the field.
Uh,
Well, you can describe it for us. You could act it out for us.
I mean, you were there.
Dog, let me tell you, look, come on, dog. No, it was a Friday practice talk, like we're here. This is 24 hours away, and it's something that I heard Coach Prime recognize that I'm really not, quote unquote, used to him recognizing, because he's so like internal and locked in on football. He recognized and stated to those guys today, it is homecoming. And you have a bunch of people coming back who played for this team or helped establish this athletic program and worked hard for this university. And you owe it to them to perform at your best coming off of Utah. And, so many times in athletics, Scotty, you was a former quarterback, it's all about the team, and what's going on in this building. But that was part and parcel of coming off that Utah loss. Like, man, you're playing for more than just us. Like, there are people traveling far and wide to come here, see this Aragon's name at Folsom Field. It's homecoming. Acknowledge that it's bigger than you. Play for play for your guy next to you, and play for the people in the stands who keep supporting you. Give them a reason to keep coming back.
No doubt about it. We met a lovely couple in the bar before the show who in town from Tennessee. And there are probably a lot of Colorado football fans, Coach Prime fans around the country who probably circled this game. Oh, it's homecoming. We're going to go to that one.
For sure.
And you got to put on a show. Again, not only because you at the crib and you need a win to stay, bowl eligible and is homecoming, but you got to make amends for what we all saw last week. And it's a great opportunity to do so.
Saw it and felt it.
For real.
Prime players?
I think they just scored.
Dang, was that Bird Ficklin again? Running it down. Damn.
He's added to mine. Can't say that name list.
Already. 150 yards does it then?
Yep.
That would do it.
All right. Prime players?
Yes.
Let's get it.
All right. Here's our Taco Bell prime players for Colorado's homecoming versus Arizona. Who wants to go first? Offense.
I would love to go first.
Okay.
Going with my evil twin, man. my boy JoJo Williams back in the mix. My boy JoJo Williams back in the mix this weekend, man. I'm assuming as much. We heard Sincere Brown say this week that, him and Omarion kind of apologized to the team for, whatever prevented them from being a part of the game last week. JoJo missed the entire game. Omarion, missed the first half. It's unfortunate that it had to come after, JoJo's kind of breakout against Iowa State. But I think with JoJo back in the mix this weekend, probably trying to be one of those guys who are proving a point that I let the team down last week. I think it's another big day for JoJo Williams. I think he finds the end zone. I'm going with my evil twin, man.
I'm going with Michael Welch. I think that if this offense has a chance to sustain drives and play well tomorrow, it's going to have to be by staying on schedule. And that's going to be by running the football with players such as Michael Welch. I just have a good feeling about Micah, like a couple touchdowns, that sort of feeling. But I really think it has to be close to a 100-yard game for someone for this offense to get it done, because Danny Gonzalez saw the tape from last week.
Yep.
And he is going to have it dialed up for 3rd and long.
For real.
I guarantee it.
Can't be in that too many times.
And you just cannot live in 3rd and long. Nope. You really can't. So got to be a true commitment to the run. Got to be a true breakout for someone like Michael Welch. So I'm riding with Micah.
Love it. I went with Omarion. Kind of the same reason as Scotty. I mean, he obviously didn't play the first half last week. I hope that lit a fire under him, because I think that you can do something against these defensive backs. We'll see if the ball just gets put up in his direction. I mean, that's all he needs. But
for sure.
Give me Omari Miller for a big day on homecoming. Who you got, Unc?
Yeah, first let me say, forgive me for not getting mine in on time. I love the Joe Williams pick, and I love the Micah pick as well. I'm going to go, though, with Micah as well, Arcade. I'm going to tell you why. When I look at this Arizona defense, and as much as they like to play a quote-unquote quarter style of defense, that I don't know if it's necessarily going to be Micah Dallin running the ball, but we have got to take advantage of some of these checkdowns, these easy hit this receiver right here and let him get up the field.
Yes.
Because when you talk about not being in 3rd and long, that starts with not creating 1st and 12. And sometimes I think Salter is looking for the 22-yard pass instead of the 5-yard pass. Yes. And the 5-yard pass have a better statistical probability of keeping you on schedule. And that's the kind of thing that can go to a running back or a tight end. But I like it going to the backs in this matchup. So I'm going to go with a Marshall Faulk style of play that is not necessarily going to be the running back getting 100 yards because he's getting it handed off to him. I'm looking for like 20 touches to the running backs, whether that's passes or runs.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
All right. Defense. Let's go first.
Oh, let's go. Start us off.
Ooh, this is going to be easy for me, dog. Like, how do I not pick a damn linebacker? Ray Lewis comes in on Friday.
Good point.
And I picked Reggie Hughes last week. I'm going to flip it now and would like to pick JB because the proof is in the pudding there. But I'm going to go with the guy who's just extra damn excited about it all. Give me Tay French to have a big game because he wants to impress the hand that Ray Lewis shook.
I love that. I need a big game from that linebacker crew this weekend for sure. Who you got, Jake?
I'm taking JB, actually.
Nice.
I mean, JB's he's been pretty consistent, if not the most consistent defender, maybe besides Tawfiq Bayard. But Tawfiq, as we know, he's no longer in pickable territory for these anymore.
Right.
So
he should do all the defense. Like
exactly. So give me JB. The linebackers just simply have to show up in this game. They're gonna have to tackle this running back. They're gonna have to keep an eye on Fafita, make sure he doesn't break the pocket and try and break runs downfield. Also hope there's a few blitzes dialed up for them because I think you can really pressure this offensive line and kind of rattle Fafita and how he likes to stay in the pocket for so long at times too. So give me Jeremiah Brown, but I'm calling on all the linebackers to have a big game this weekend.
Shout out to Brent, who just became a member.
Supporters
sure.
Club.
Hell
Let's
yeah,
go.
man.
Supporters Club, hell yeah.
I'll go with Arden Walker. I think you are finally going to get a chance to rush the passer this week.
Yeah.
And it feels like he's due for a breakout game. So give me Arden Walker at home to find a way to get to the quarterback and hit Noah Fafita, something that the Buffs were able to do quite well last year.
Yeah, I'm kind of in a similar mode of thinking. You see my pick there on the screen. I went with Keaton Wade. He had his breakout last year against Arizona, sacked Noah Fafita twice. I think he's going to get him on the ground at least once more again tomorrow. Noah Fafita is the third most sacked quarterback in the Big 12 this year. And if you can just prevent Arizona's quick, short passing game from getting into a rhythm, get them into some third, second, and longs, I think Keaton and even Arden, London Merritt as well, are going to have some opportunities to tee off and apply some pressure to Noah Fafita. So, yeah, give me my boy Keaton for another big game against the Wildcats.
Love it. Dark horse.
Absolutely.
Who wants to go first?
I'll take it. I wrestled with this one between Wade and Mata. And since the evil twin there, JoJo, has gotten Wade on the board somewhere, I'm going to go with Mata, man, and not just Mata in the sake of being Mata and what it means to the team. And what I mean by that is we played in Utah and we never even damn got in field goal position. We never even got to where it's like, hey, let's get some points on the board. And I think when you look at the games we win, Mata's got 2 or 3 opportunities in that game because you're moving the ball where you can either get field goals or touchdowns. And so I would love to see a 2 field goal game out of Alejandro Mata.
I like that.
I'm going with Draylon Miller. And the reason is because of what Danny Gonzalez said. Essentially saying the best play against us is QB power. Well, we don't run QB power, but we do run Wildcat. And so I think you go QB power for Draylon Miller out of Wildcat and maybe even throw some wrinkles in there because, again, Arizona is sitting on it. They've had it hammered into their skulls all week.
Yep.
This is how you play it. This is how we're playing it.
Facts.
Maybe give them like some sort of counter look off of that where they see the guards pulling. They think everything's flowing that way. You go the other way. A lot of options if you have any sort of creativity. So give me Draylon Miller to pop one on Wildcat power.
I'll go next. I'll let my boy Jaco last. I'm going with Cam Michael as my dark horse. Seems like the last 2 games, he has really gotten more and more comfortable taking handoffs and being just utilized as a true running back. He was his team's really the only player on offense last week who kind of really showed a pulse. 8 carries, 44 rushing yards, just 5.5 yards a carry against a Utah defense that really wasn't allowing Colorado to do anything. So I think with some better blocking, with some more opportunities, I think we can see Cam, his speed, in the open field. So give me Cam to make at least one kind of splash play tomorrow on homecoming.
And I love that, Jake. Before you go, I want to echo some of Scotty there. I love that because Cam, no doubt, trusts his speed. And what he has to do now that he's shifting from receiver to running back is trust his eyes.
For sure.
And that hole is there and you can make it through it. Some of the times he's still doing a little wide receiver stutter step instead of a running back just putting it down and going. But when he brings both of those together, he is absolutely going to break one and he's going to get through a gap untouched because his speed is absolutely amazing out of the backfield, man.
Yeah. And I feel like he's not your typical frame for a speedster. Like, bro can bounce off some tackles and like he is like a headache to kind of tackle as well. Like he is, we talked about it, just his build is unlike some true speedsters that we would see. He's literally built differently.
Yep. They could run Wildcat for 3 straight quarters for all I care tomorrow. I mean, honestly.
That'd be awesome.
Hell yeah.
We'll see, though. I went with Jordan Seaton. A lot of people lost their minds yesterday when they heard about Jordan Seaton potentially having a different role.
Have you noticed that people are losing their minds over anything?
Yes, I have, actually. But that one specifically really upset some people.
Yeah, it did.
I think that Jordan's versatility, whatever way it's used, and if, just Xavier Hill being out, if he does just simply slide down and shows off that versatility and you have a solidified offensive line without your second best offensive lineman and whoever's coming in as the fifth. It's going to be credit to Jordan Seaton. Obviously, credit to Coach Gunner and the coaches as well. But to have a player like that, it's rare, man. And you're really going to see if we see what I think we're going to see, you're going to truly see the value of a versatile, just all around offensive lineman and how that really stabilizes the ship. And shoot, give him the ball too. I don't care. I mean, 5 yard lines or less. Give him the ball. I know that he can, plow over a couple guys, a la Caden Proctor, and get them a touchdown. So
For sure.
I will tell you this, Jake, when you jokingly but seriously say give him the ball, I've seen him with 5 yards left and the defense get the hell out the way. So why not?
Exactly.
True.
Yeah. I think the clip is resurfaced this week of him at the Under Armour All-American game where he kind of caught a pass in the flat.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? And got in the end zone. I think it was called back for a penalty or whatever. But, and that was what, two years ago when he wasn't even – he wasn't the Jordan Seaton that we know today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Physically.
Colorado
exactly.
may not have even been on the radar back then.
You're not wrong. So, yeah. I'm excited to see what this new potential role for a big seat looks like tomorrow.
There you go. It's Prime Players presented by our friends at Taco Bell.
And another shout out to our friends over at Taco Bell. Guys, if you haven't had a post-game Buffs box, it hits so different.
For real.
And also, this is one of the more well-kept secrets out there. The Taco Bell on Baseline and Broadway in Boulder, I think is the best one in America. I honestly think it's the best one in America. And so if you're in Boulder tomorrow, heck, you could go pregame Buffs box.
Pregame box.
But you definitely want to go post-game Buffs box because it works as a celebration or as a sulking device. Shout out to our friends over at Taco Bell. Proud partner of Colorado Athletics, donating $1,000 to the Golden Buffalo Scholarship for every CU touchdown scored in 2025. Buffs love the bell. Live Moss at Taco Bell.
And one final shout out to our friends over at Dick's Sporting Goods as well. I mean, they've got everything there. The hottest apparel from Nike, Adidas, Originals, FP Movement, and of course, DNVR now.
The drip.
Mm-hmm.
Go stop in, get yourself some DNVR swag, and just go, fit yourself out for whatever else you need because they have it all. We're getting into winter sports season. So what is that? It's wrestling, I know for sure. Basketball?
Yep.
So there you go. Get all your shoes.
Hockey?
Sure, hockey.
Do y'all watch Family Feud?
Yeah.
Here and there.
Jake gave one of those answers that everybody paused and goes, "Good answer."
They just start clapping.
Sure, that'll work.
When I played football in high
wrestling
school-
over basketball.
No, when I played football in high school, it was like half the team would go do wrestling at a
That's
certain
valid.
point.
That's
So
valid.
We polled 300 people. What is a winter sport? Wrestling. Yeah.
it is. It's all inside. Get your gear fast with free curbside pickup at your North store. Easy shipping from Dicks.com because every season starts at Dicks.
I love sporting goods from Dick's.
Hell yeah.
I'm glad that sentence wasn't rearranged.
That was why I said it. It was ode to my boy Hank, who
Yes.
didn't think that one through the first time he said it. So
he switched the
I
words.
said, I said it the right way.
Shout out to Scotty for the right way.
All right, let's go to super chats. Jordan says, inspiration the team has is bar none. What are coaches doing to help with the enforcement of fundamentals on the team? Because does the team not believe in assistant coaches?
We got some great assistant coaches here. One was on, last week when we were at the team hotel, Coach Shad on in the wide receiver room. I just think that one of the hurdles, Jordan, has been translating the drills in individual, to actual team play and gameplay. Scott, again, I call on you as a former player that when you're with your particular unit going through a particular drill and everybody's executing it and then you don't translate that to team or to the actual game.
Yep.
Example, we tackle pretty damn good at practice, but somehow when you leave individual and go to team to the field, it hadn't been happening. I don't know what the disconnect is on the fundamentals, but it's something that has to be fixed. And with the week of practice that took place here coming off of Utah, I expect to see vast improvement in that area come game day against Arizona.
I think, Unc, we heard a perfect example of that this week when we were doing our Know Your Enemy. We talked to Justin Spears, who covers Arizona, and he shared with us a story of Arizona's defensive coordinator, Danny Gonzalez, took a group of media members this week after a press conference and literally watched film with them from their previous game. And Danny Gonzalez was showing the media how, like, they practiced literal specific plays that Arizona's opponents ran in the game, and showed them, how they fitted up in practice. They executed in practice. The opponent ran that exact play in the game, and Arizona's defense was unable to execute in the game. So that is just something that just happens with football. It falls on everybody. It's the coaches, it's the players. It's the players, it's the coaches, it's everybody. It's preparation and it's execution. You cannot have one without the other. And that is what football is really all about. And that's why it's the ultimate team sport, the ultimate team game.
What did Ray say this morning? Alignment, assignment, technique. We do the same thing here internally after games. You had a play last week where we, put the camera on the D lineman at practice and showed how it's supposed to work. You're supposed to engage. You're supposed to look. Once you identify which way the running back is going, you shed that block and go. Well, he engaged and assumed and left his gap, and the running back bounced back and came right where he left. And you showed in practice where it was done, and then you showed in the game where the absolute direct opposite was done. Somehow that disconnect, to Jordan Williams, the super chat question, sometimes we got to get that disconnect from what happens at practice in the game to get back synergized together, because it's being taught, it's just not being executed all the time.
That's why coaches talk about discipline and fundamentals all the time, because it's just you do the same thing over and over and over. And when you don't do it when it counts, even if you do it 100 times in practice, that's really when it's going to get you. So, Jordan asks if Matt McChesney can be on staff. We'll see, man.
Good question for Coach Prime.
Yeah, we'll see. Don Peasy.
It'll
what's
probably
up,
take
Don
more than $1.99 for him to answer it, though.
Yeah, you're gonna need a couple more bucks.
Our guy Don Peasy says, tough season, but still a great show. If there was time to flip the script on the season, it's when Ray Lewis gives a speech and you play the dusty as AZ Wild Rats. Go Buffs. Appreciate you, Peasy.
Heck, you got a real opportunity tomorrow. A real opportunity.
For sure.
Against a beatable football team. And now, all of a sudden, this 4-game stretch to end the season might be your easiest 4-game stretch of the whole season.
It is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Straight up is.
Arizona at home. You have West Virginia on the road. Both of those two teams are beatable. You now have an Arizona State without
Jeff Sims.
Without Sam Levitt for the rest of the season. And who knows what Jordan Tyson's going to do.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you get Kansas State on the road to finish the season. That's your toughest of the 4 for sure. But you have a real opportunity here to make a bowl game. It has to start tomorrow, though. It has to start tomorrow.
100%.
And I can't imagine quickly that Jordan Tyson, who is already doubtful this week, he's probably going to miss this game. 3 games left in the season. Your quarterback's already out for the year. He is arguably going to be the first receiver drafted. I mean, why would you even come back?
Done.
You know what I'm saying? Why would you even come back for the final 3 games?
Yeah,
So,
I mean, if he's a baller, he might just want to play. But
potentially.
he also might want to protect, considering that the quarterback can't really throw.
Exactly. Literally, that's what I'm saying. Like, he would be out there doing cardio.
Yeah. Real quick, do we have any more super chats?
We have one more.
Okay, let's hit it.
Honor the Family asks, why don't we have a quarterback coach? I don't know, man. Can't answer that.
Oh,
Is Unc muted? Oh.
go ahead, Unc. You were
Sorry,
muted.
Unc, try again.
Yeah, I said Pat Shermer's the quarterback coach.
There you go.
And he has an assistant in that room.
There you go.
Real quick, this is something that came up on Twitter today, and I know if we don't talk about it now, we'll probably never talk about it. So I want to hit it quickly. There is a great player right down the road in Boulder, Torrey Davis, who is a 2026 recruit.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an article that came out from Steve Wiltfong, who said Texas is emerging at this point in the process. Buffs fans have lost their minds over this.
Of course.
Saying, why aren't we recruiting this guy? Why aren't we doing this? Why aren't we doing that?
That's your alma mater, isn't it?
That
That's your
is
high school?
Fairview High School.
Yeah.
Shout out. They are. I don't. Does that like? They are recruiting him. They've offered him.
Right.
They're recruiting him. But I don't understand. Like, if we get a player from Mississippi, or we get a player from Florida, or we get a player from Georgia, or we get Travis Hunter. Did you expect him that he should have gone to his hometown school?
I mean, Cam Michael he was from Georgia. Why isn't he at Georgia right now?
Yeah, that's just not how it works. That's not how recruiting works.
Of course.
Not everyone just goes home if they're offered a scholarship from their hometown school.
Facts.
Maybe
Now-
the kid wants to go somewhere else. Ever thought about that?
He was committed to UCLA for the longest time. And again, I don't know the kid personally, but there are a lot of times where you're just straight up not looking in your state.
Yeah, you want to leave home.
Yeah, you want to experience new things. And that's part of college is seeing new things. And I think that is very common. There's nothing wrong with that.
But he also could end up commuting to Colorado because guess
could.
what? He has an offer and has for
Sure.
since 2024. So that's a
And
weird one.
That kind of thing gives me a segue of something I want to mention before we get off the air. I want to give a special shout out and congratulations to our wide receiver coach, Coach Jason Phillips, who this weekend will be inducted into his junior college Hall of Fame, Taft Junior College in California. Here's a guy, a Houston kid who left Houston to go to JUCO in California, played quarterback, Scotty.
Wow, I didn't know
Then
that.
switched to receiver to go back to Houston Cougars and make the Hall of Fame there. So shout out to Jason Phillips, who led the nation 2 years in receiving at Houston, but made his mark and now going into the Hall of Fame this weekend. He can't be there in person, but he will be inducted into the Taft Junior College Hall of Fame this weekend. Shout out Jay Field.
Shout out
fire.
Coach J. Phil, man.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, Smuggle said put in the good word. If I get the opportunity, I will. And I have the receipts to prove it that I will. To no fanfare, my recruiting efforts.
You don't do
hey.
it for the fanfare to RK.
Yeah.
Do it for the Lord.
No,
It's
no
never
one,
about
no one in
the
that
game.
room has said thank you to me.
Well, now, the belt to ass is all about you. You do that for the fanfare. Everything else is for the love.
Actually, I just do that for me. It's cathartic.
You conduct the visiting band for the fanfare.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. We haven't got that in
people.
like 2 years, bro.
Shit, man.
Heaven's
love
the
to
head
do
that
it.
wears the crown.
I really would. Really would. They're going to win tomorrow.
I love that.
Yep.
Do we dare do score predictions for this?
Is RC watching?
Probably. He's probably waiting on this.
Oh, man.
I'm taking that as a no then.
I'll give you mine.
Yeah, I had put
34-19 Colorado.
Okay. What's up, Monk?
Yeah, I'm going like 14 plus 3 is 28-17 Colorado.
All right.
Clip me. See if I give a fuck.
It was that I dare you to clip this shit.
Yeah. Then give me 24-20.
Nice.
Colorado wins a close one.
Good stuff.
Last minute super chat from Anthony. I love that they bring in Hall of Fame guys, but why do they not bring in old alumni to speak to the team to instill some Buff tradition?
You mean like Michael Westbrook or Cordell Stewart
Or Andre Giroux.
or Andre Giroux? Yeah, they do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I was about to say the same three names. And, Hagan was in the building before he left, and it's here.
Well, and I think he's talking more about guests, coming in to speak to the team.
Well,
which,
again, Westbrook and Cordell are here pretty often, and Cordell has missed some this year because he's actually coaching himself back in Georgia now. So,
Oh, nice.
but it's believe me, the alumni presence is here, and that's why even Coach Prime today, like, guys, it's homecoming. Like they came to see you. Let's make sure they leave with a smile on their face.
But let's not complain about Ray Lewis
exactly.
speaking to the
For
Colorado Buffaloes
For
in
real.
person, in the flesh.
Weeks after Randy Moss
Yes.
did the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah, like that is, that's a great thing that clearly had an impact on at least some of the players, the ones that we've seen react to.
Is Miami even getting a
Yeah.
Ray Lewis talk at all this year?
Right.
That's where he went to school. All right. Anything else?
Good point, Jake.
Anything else, Unc, before we head out and get to this game tomorrow and do post game?
No, I'm just predicting a very jovial, celebratory, lighthearted, well-intended post-game show tomorrow because we're going to win, and we get ready for that short week to travel to West Virginia. We're going to win there as well, and then we got a bye week.
Love that,
So
man.
I'm calling the next two right now.
All right. There you go.
Go.
Clip them.
All right. Yep. We'll be back shortly after the game. or after the press conferences after the game tomorrow night, and we'll see y'all then. Let's go Buffs.
Let's go Buffs.
Let's go Buffs.
We all silly like the mayor.